Welcome to the Bamboo Project. If you don't already know, my name is Donovan Gray. I know a lot of people out there are looking to start Turo, and the most important thing with starting Turo is knowing what car to put on the app. A few weeks ago, we made a video about how we chose our first car to list in our market, and in that video, I said, if you want me to make a video about your city, you can either DM or comment your city, and I'll make that video. So, shout out to all of our subscribers in Cleveland, Ohio. This video is for Geraldine Peterson. All right, so step one is to figure out how much money you want to make per year from your car. So I'm gonna go and see what the median income is for Cleveland, Ohio. Wow, that's lower than I thought. Okay, the median income according to this website in 2019 was $20,407. So I come over here and write that down. That means I have to make $1,700 per month. So step two is go to the Turo website. So obviously you'll put in the city that you're in. So now we're going to put Cleveland, Ohio. What I do is I change the date out into the future. The reason why I do that is because if you look at the listings that are there now, some of them won't come up because people are booking the cars closer to the date that you're looking it up as opposed to further out to the future. So I put out into April 4th. So you just click up here, click the arrow until you get to your day, or like I said, maybe like 6 months out or so, something like that. And I like to do more than one day. The reason why I do more than one day is because some people have restrictions on their listings where you cannot book the car for one day. So now that I've done that, I will go to press search. All right, so this is Cleveland, Ohio. I still want to go and look at it on the map too. I want to see like how Cleveland shapes out. Cleveland seems to be pretty small, I guess, right? I don't know. I guess it'll be bigger. I guess from here it looks smaller. Now that you have figured out what the area looks like, now you gotta figure out where you want to list your car. So I don't know Cleveland very well. So if I was out here, I would say, okay, where are people coming into Ohio? So I don't see any airport. Oh, I do right here. There's an airport over here. Oddly enough, there aren't a lot of cars here, but there are a lot of cars next to this train station that you see right here. So I'm assuming a lot of people come into Cleveland, Ohio through this train station. So a lot of cars are over here. And a lot of cars are in this area. What is this? This is up here near East Cleveland and in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not even surprised. A lot of cars are near there. That is probably because it's a larger attraction. So for me, what I like to do is I like to list a car where it's not too saturated, but it's also not all the way out here where there are no cars at all. So this area seems pretty good. I would put it close to the airport. I'll probably put it, yeah, somewhere near the train. But there aren't a lot of cars either way. So now the next step is to write down how many cars there are of each brand. So to do that, you go to more filters, you will scroll down to where it says vehicle makes, and then you will start writing these down. So you click the first one, AM General, it's 0. You go to Acura, right? There are 6 Acuras, so you'd write that down, and then go back. Then you would go to Alfa Romeo. There are 2. Okay. And then you would do that all the way down until you get to the last brand. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back right after I finish writing them all down. And before I write them all down, one thing I do want to show you guys, another thing you can kind of look at is, let me put this back to select. All right. You can go to vehicle types, right? The reason why you go here is because once you figure out the brand of the car that you think is, going to do well, you look and go, okay, in this area, there are 178 cars. There are 116 SUVs, right? Minivans, there are 7 minivans. You go to trucks, there are 10 trucks. And then if you go to vans, there's only 1 van. So I like the fact that there are only 10 trucks, and you see how they're spread out. I like that. That means there might be a market for that. And then the minivans are only 7. That seems like it's kind of low, in my opinion. But we'll come back to see if it's worth their price. And then the other 2 are obviously the highest up here. So now I'm going to go down and write the brands of each car, the cars in each brand. I like to play a little game and let you guys guess what you think the top 3 brands are, which have the most cars in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to guess, and after that I'll tell you the top 3. Okay, go. So coming in at number 3 with 21 cars, we have the Ford. Okay, coming in at number 2 with 22 cars, we have the Toyota. And then coming in at number 1, we have with 40 cars, okay, the Chevrolet. Now this is very different than the last like 2 videos I did where they had hundreds. Like, this is the first time, well, those videos were the first time I ever seen like 100, 200 plus cars in one brand. Like, it was crazy. In one area they have 2,400 cars. The last video I did was Vegas, and before that I believe it was either Denver, Colorado, or Utah. One of them, and it was like 1,300 cars. Then Las Vegas have 2,400 cars. So right now this area has about 312 cars. This is part of the same step. Okay, what you want to do is you go to see, because it's not that many cars, I would say to look for the cars that are not showing up the most and not showing up the least, but are somewhere in the middle. So we know the highest is 40 and obviously the lowest is 0. So personally, but the highest is 40, but actually most of the cars are in the 20 range and in the teen range. So I would probably pick something between, honestly, I would pick something between 10 and 15 is probably what I would pick. So the reason why I chose between 10 and 15, because I feel like that's somewhat in the middle. Now there are 2 other rules to think about when you're doing this. So it's very possible that, let's say this car right here, the Polaris, there's only 4 of them. I could go look at this car right now and see, okay, they're getting booked, right? 26 trips. So this actually wouldn't be a bad look, right? So you see that there's only 4 of them, but they're all getting bookings and they're charging a crazy amount, like a ridiculous amount. So this would be a good car to look at. So before, I'm just going to look at this one real quick to see when their last review was. He has 380 trips. Shout out to Kev. His last review was October 9th. Okay, so it's a little bit while ago. Look at this person. Their last review was September 12th. But from July 21st to now, or July 2021 to now, this one has 7 trips. Their last review was September 20th. So obviously this car is probably a car that is seasonal because it's cold and it has no roof and whatnot. So yeah, September, right around when it starts to turn cold. But that's just an example of what you can find if you go to look at the cars that have a small amount as opposed to ones that are in an average amount. But the reason why this rule of thumb is to go with the average is because it will cross between, it'll fill 2 buckets. The bucket of, okay, people want to use this car, and then, oh, people are actually making money with this car. So you fill in those 2 buckets. It's not too saturated and it's not undersaturated. Now, the other asterisk would be if you decide you want to go and look at a car that's, you know, the brand that has 40 cars, which in this case would be the Chevrolet. You may go into the Chevrolet and see that, okay, if I get a Chevy Equinox, right, you'll go, oh, the Chevy Equinox is doing very well. There are only 5 Chevy Equinoxes, but there are 40 Chevrolets in total. So the 5 Chevy Equinoxes can make you money, but you wouldn't know that because the brand has a lot of cars. But like I said, to have an average, I just go to the middle. So those are the 2 asterisks to give you. Now to step number 5, okay? Step number 5. So I already have it written down here. Step number 5 is to divide how much you want to make by 15. That will be your daily rate, and then divide that number by 75%. So the reason why you would divide by 15 is because I like to stay in the middle. Again, you know, best of both worlds. I think the car can be rented out 15 days out of the month on average, you know, give or take 3 or 4 days, whatever the case might be. But we're going with 15. So in this case, the goal is to make $1,700 a month. Divide that by 15, you get $113.37. So that's how much you have to bring home every single day. Once you know that, now you know, okay, how much do I have to charge to bring that home every day? That all depends on which plan you're on, okay? Turo has 5 different plans. Turo has the 90% plan, 85, 80, 75, and then 60. Those numbers are how much you would keep out of how much you charge for the car. So right now I have it at 75%. That's why I said divide the number by 75. But if you want to be riskier, you can go to 90%. Now, the reason why it's riskier is because at 90%, your deductible is going to be higher. People who do not know, the deductible is when you get into an accident, you have to pay for the car first before Turo will pay you. So at 90%, your deductible is $2,500. So if you get into an accident, you have to pay at least $2,500 to fix it. If the damage is more than that, then they will cover it. If anything under $2,500, they're not covering that. Okay, that's how the deductible works. But you get to keep 90% of your income. So all you gotta do is hope nobody crashes your car. But for people who want to stay in the middle, 75% right there. Boom. Well, we're at 80% now, but there you go. So now the next box here is the cars. I always say that if you're starting a business with this, then you want to get multiple cars. But in this, Geraldine said they only want to get one car. So they want to get one car, right? They have to charge $151 a day and be booked out 15 days out of the month, right? To be able to have the median income in this area. Now, if they got 2 cars, they got to charge $76. If they got 3 cars, they charge $50. So all you got to do now with 3 cars is charge $50 a day. And it becomes a lot easier to do that because once you have more cars, you can lower your price. You don't have to try and, gouge the market with, $300, $400 price cars. Step number 6 is to change the price to the daily rate that you want. So right now we have $50. So you have to charge $50 a day for your 3 cars. Now you go back to the Turo website, you change the price to $50. I don't want to see no cars that charge less than $50. Now I'm gonna go and look at the cars that we chose that were in that area between 10 and 15. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have the Audi, the BMW, the Cadillac, the Mercedes-Benz, the Nissan, the Tesla, and the Volkswagen. All right, so let's start with the Audi. All right, so there are 12 Audis, and they're charging. Look at that. They're charging 127, 85, 100, 107. Okay, this is good. And it's not a lot of them. That's perfect. I like that. So actually I would put this back to 0. The reason why is because you want to see every car that comes up, because let's say that you see one car here that's an Audi Q7, right? And they're charging $85 a day. Because your price is at 50, and if it was still at 50, you may find out that there are 8 people who are not charging $75 a day or $85 a day for their car. They're charging 20. Right, so that's why you want to put it back down to 0. One thing I see that's really good, there are no new cars. The newest car here is a 2018 car. That's amazing because now you can save money on buying your car. So it seems like it's between the 7. They like the 7s. Like I said, I like the A7 because I think in terms of price it's really good. Yeah, there are more sedans here. So I would go with, if I was choosing, I would do an A7 because only one of them, right? And they're charging $127 a day. I would do that. Yeah, there are 3 A4s and they all seem to be getting bookings. So like I said, anything in the A category seems like the A4, the A7 are good picks. Let me write that down. All we need is $50 a day either way, so it doesn't even really matter as long as it's over 50. So yeah, A4 or A7. I'm going with the A4. So now you want to go through the listings, okay? So because you still want to see, okay, are they capping? This is an all-star host joined this year. Okay, shout out to Nicole Yolanda. The last booking was October. Her last review was October 30th. Okay. All right, that's kind of a while ago. That's the A7. It could be the price. Where's this located at? All right, this 2018 A4. Their last booking or their last review was November 14th. That's why I like the A4. That's good. That was very recent. Next on the list is the BMW. So the cars with the most bookings here, it seemed like the 3 and 4 series, which are smaller versions of the BMW. I do think that there's money to be made here with a bigger one, like the X5 or the X3. This one has 27 trips. Let's see when their last review was. Last review was November 17th. That's not, it's not too bad. Today's December. He joined in May. He has 140 trips. How many cars does he have? Email? He has. Oh, he has. Oh, he's really running the Turo game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 cars. That's good. He's doing well. 7 cars. And he has 140 trips since May of this year. I'm not sold on it, but like I said, I do. And look, there's no cars here near Cleveland, near the train. So listen, there's obviously a market there. So yeah, I would go with 3 series or 4 series. Honestly, I wouldn't even pick. I'm not for trying to pick the best car. I'm not gonna pick this one because it's too much with me trying to figure out with the exact one. There's not a lot of cars. You can pretty much pick any one of these. I would pick a bigger one. The Cadillac. There are 10 Cadillacs. Okay, Escalade. 14 trips, 15 trips, 13, 2, 25. Okay, so I would obviously get the CTS. These are obviously doing well. Let's see when their last review was. Shout out to Rob, all-star host, November 27th. Yep. Yeah, so whatever this model is here, the T model, I guess, for the Cadillac, is what I would go with. So now next on the list is the Mercedes-Benz. Obviously, it looks like it's a C-Class, does the best here. We're looking at, about $90. $90 a day for the C-Class from a more recent year. Okay, next on the list is the Tesla. Okay, Model 3, 92 trips. Oh, yeah, Tesla look amazing out here. Yeah, the 3 is actually obviously doing the best out here, and it seems like you could get about 115 for a 3. Like minimum 115 for the 3. I'm surprised people don't put more of their cars here next to, I don't know how far these are from each other, but there's no cars are here, and a lot of cars are here in this area when you look at the map from the beginning, but none of these cars are being put here. I don't know, maybe y'all are not paying attention. Last on the list is the Volkswagen. There are 13 Volkswagens. Okay, they don't really have a lot of trips. I'm gonna say that's a negative for me. And from what I do see the Passat and the Tiguan are getting trips. So maybe I would get that one. Yeah, that's the one I would get. It's all about location. See, the one near the airport, $88. The one not near the airport, $58. Location. Look at that. Near the airport, $89. It's the yep. I'm gonna go to the Tiguan near the airport. So now the next step is to go and find out the price of each car. I like to use Carvana to get the price because they give you an idea what the financing will look like. And financing is important because it's going to be a part of what you have to pay every month for your car. First car on the list is the A4. This is not bad. I think this is good. I like this one. So you can get a 2018 Audi A4 for $500 cash down, $565 a month, and you would be able to charge about $95 a day for the car, right? So we're looking at car note is $594 a month, and you're looking at about $95 a day because it's a newer. I say, with a newer one, $100, right? So here we go. You're making profit $431 if you are on the 75% plan. Here you can see how much you would make depending on which plan you're on. And this is if you're doing 15 days out the month. If you're doing 21 days, this is what you would see here, right? And if you're doing 30 days, this is what you would see here. Now, this already accounts for insurance. Insurance in my case would be $100 because we use fleet insurance. Fleet insurance is when they insure your car because they know it's only going to be driven for rentals. Other than that, you shouldn't be driving it. They don't want to insure that. So I'm going with the CTS. I think I saw that one a couple times on there. Oh, this is expensive per month. This is 2019 though. Okay, right here, boom, 2018 Cadillac CTS, $577 a month. So that's not bad. I don't really like going over $600. We're doing $577. Boom, $577. And then this one is probably going to do like $85 a day or so. This car, price-wise, isn't really the best, but it could be a good supplement car to your other cars, depending on what year you have. So here you can see how much you would make on the 15-day bookings, 21 bookings, or 21 days of bookings, and then being booked 30 days. And these are the percent plans that you see here. Boom, percents, right? So now next we have the C-Class Mercedes. See, this is kind of high on this price. They have 606. I'm looking for a 5 before it. A 5 ahead of that. I can't. 6 is too high. 593. 2018 C-Class Mercedes-Benz. It's low cash down. And then how much are they charging per? They're doing about 85. This is not about the same as the last one. Put 85. I'll put 90. 85 for this one. We took extra $5, right? Boom. Same as the last one. These are good supplement cars. Now, the other thing to take into account is how much the car will cost to be repaired. So, I don't know about Cadillacs, but I know Mercedes are going to be expensive. So, I had to choose between the Mercedes and the Cadillac. I would choose the Cadillac. But I think they break down more, but I do know that Mercedes are more expensive to get taken care of. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so you get a 2019 Model 3. Okay, I like this. This is good. $724. You're talking about $100. No, this is $115 for it. And honestly, you probably do like 125 because it's a newer car. So this one is probably the best one numbers wise. $526 that you bring it home in your pocket. Now, the last car we have is the Volkswagen. I'm gonna put the year at 2017. This seems like the best car. Obviously, this one is the best car. How much they charge per day? Yep, this seems like the best one. You can get a 28. What's the newest one? What's the newest? Because I'm like, you might have to just get the newest one and charge the most. All right, boom. 2021 Volkswagen Tiguan. You're talking about $584 a month, right? 2019. All right, here we go, right here. $441 a month, $0 cash down. That's because I guess my credit was good when I signed up for this. $441, and then you can charge about $80 for the car, right? 80 to 85 is a newer car. I'm gonna go with 85 for this one. You're making $415 a day, and it's not an expensive car. You probably not gonna have to worry about too much things happening. Nobody's really speeding around in the Volkswagen like that, so you less risk. So now you have, here you go, 15 days out the month, 21 days out the month, 30 days out the month. So you get, how many cars did you get from here? Let's say you're on a budget. I will get the Cadillac CT, I will get the Volkswagen Tiguan, and I'll get the A4 Audi. And those 3 cars right there could easily make you $30,000 a year, like easily. So I'm talking about what, 515? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to hit that number every single month. So with that being said, Bamboo Project out.